Welcome, Raider Nation, to the Exxon Studios right here in Las Vegas, Nevada. Your boy, Silos, is here to talk Raider football. Week 7, I'm still licking my wounds for another crushing, painful, hurtful loss. This time to the hated arch rivals in the AFC West, the Kansas City Chiefs. It looked like we had some opportunities to go ahead and take this one. It was actually close, but as it has happened in previous games, our offense couldn't get it together. We couldn't score points when we needed to. Turnovers, defense out too long. By the end of the third quarter, the same thing. The other team starts taking over and they close out in the fourth quarter because you can't keep our defense that long. We can't sustain long drives, which is the best way to create defense is letting your defense rest and taking the ball away from the rival, which we cannot do. Can't run the ball dead last in the NFL, Raider Nation. This is a complete contrast from what we saw towards the end of last season. May I remind you, last season we had Josh McDaniels, and this wasn't looking good at all. Um, Josh McDaniels was relieved from his duties. AP was given the tag of interim head coach, and whatever he did was working at the time with the team that Josh McDaniels had. The team was playing with spirit. The team was coming with full of energy. The team was coming to bully other players. And we stole Christmas from the Kansas City Chiefs. We were playing with ill intent, according to AP. Well, that ill intent is gone. The team is gone. At the beginning of the season, a lot of guys in the channel were not happy. Um, I got some feedback from Raider Nation. Say, how dare you say that we can only win 6 games? We have a shutdown defense and we have an offense that needs a little work, but it's going to produce points. At the time, we were told only 6 games. That was with Davante Adams and staff, by the way, who now happens to be reunited with his beloved, I guess, uh, his friend from Green Bay, Aaron Rodgers, and that's apparently it's not working out too good. Good riddance. He wanted to go. He wanted to leave the silver and black. Not mad at him. So that was with Davante Adams. Now, how many games are we going to win without a number one wide receiver who, by the way, couldn't get the ball? Let's get real. AOC is a great football player. Uh, he's serviceable. He'll be a great backup quarterback anywhere, but he's not a starter. At least not at this point. He still has challenges with pocket awareness. That's why he gets sacked quite a bit. He's a true packet passer, but his pocket awareness still needs a lot of work. And then we got Gardner Minshew, who everybody said, oh, he's going to be lighting it up. He's going to do this. He's going to do that. Gardner Minshew is who he is. He is a journeyman. The man could extend plays with his legs. Yes, he can, but he holds the ball a little too long. Um, with already suspect offensive line, it's not a good recipe, and we see the results. So it's just a little issues. I don't expect the new general manager to fix all these issues that have been neglected for years because we have been neglecting a lot of things. Just at the top of my head, can anybody name one or two players from our offensive line? Because I know I can't. You know, Telesco tried to add some pieces to our offensive line. Powers is a good piece. He actually played center and he actually made some good tackles, real good tackles against the Kansas City Chiefs. It's going to take more than one player, though. And so, how do they address it? How long is it going to take it to address them? I know we have now more cap since Devante's gone. They just did us actually a favor. They took him away because let's face it, he was tired of being with the Raiders. He came to play with his boy. And when Derek Carr left, well, I didn't expect him to stay too long. He actually stayed longer than I thought he was. So what the Jets did, they ate the rest of the salary for this year. The next 2 years were not guaranteed. So when it comes to to we saved all this money. We really save what was left of this year, which still is going to take us to $125 million for next year, according to the math I've seen. So we're going to have money next year, but we need to address a lot of things. And where do you start? I always seen the teams that turn around, like Texans now, uh, Washington Commanders is another story. The key position is still quarterback. If you get an elite quarterback, that elite quarterback elevates the entire team on the offensive line. Uh, and you got to have a good head coach. And I don't think we have any of those in this team. Correct me if I'm wrong. You can welcome to chime in and tell me your opinion. But I'm sorry, AP uh, is not an elite head coach. It's his first year really as a now head coach. But if you look at his resume, it doesn't add up to the resumes from his other teams, his other head coaches, like in Texas, where they've been in the league for a while, where they've been coaching for a while. No knock on AP. I think AP could motivate people, but right now you're seeing the result of the lack of that experience. A lot more football to be played. It's not over, definitely, um, but it's going to be a tough remaining of the season. I always this Raider Nation. You can chime on this one. What do you think, Raider Nation? Should we tank? Should we tank for a number one pick? Should we tank to get a true talent, or should we just try to see how many teams you win? You see, my question comes because I said it before in other videos, and I put it next to basketball. I'm not saying basketball and football are the exact same thing, but there's some similarities. In basketball, if you're elite, you got a good team, you keep that team. If you are not, you want to be the worst team you can be so you can get a top pick. But if you're in the middle, you're not going to progress. You're going to be mediocre. You're going to win some games. You're going to lose some games. I think the Raiders had been doing this for too long. Most teams are up and down. They have some good seasons. They have some bad seasons. It just seems like with the Raiders, we have more bad than good. The team hasn't been dominant since the late '80s, early '90s. Uh, last winning season we really had was when we got rid of Chucky, not because we wanted to. The whole email scandal, and Bisaccia took over the team, and we actually went barely made into the playoffs, and we're 1 and out. Before that, it was 2016 with Jack Del Rio. Um, and if you notice, when Jack Del Rio had the team, we had a really good offensive line. We had a decent quarterback. We had a running game. And none of that is with this team. This is a not a team built to win. I really don't even see this team being able to compete with too many other teams. We got beat by a team like the Carolina Panthers. What can I tell you? We're getting beaten by teams that are bad, below 500, and we can't even compete with them. So I don't expect Velasco to fix all these issues that have been piling for many, many years. And I don't expect AP to create miracles. However, I do expect AP to motivate these players to get and play into their maximum capacity, to play with passion, with energy. That I do expect. That this team has no passion, no energy. We miss tackles. It seems like we're not even willing to make the play when you're set up to make the play. That to me tells me lack of effort. Lack of effort is always on the head coach. But on to week 7, Raider Nation. We we still root for this team. We love this team, and even though we're angry because we care. As always, your comments, opinions, are welcome on this channel. Don't forget to subscribe. I love you all. Stay up, baby. Stay up.